And moving north, speaking of women, you've been in Toronto recently, and it was, you said it came back saying it was really, the people and the women up there were really different.
Yeah, well, compared to LA, they were exactly what we're talking about. These women are, you know, they're full-bodied and they're, I feel like in LA everybody's sort of having water for lunch and, you know, trying to pare themselves down, and everybody's sort of looking out for the next step up. You know, this is a work town. And in Toronto, people are living their lives and they're comfortable where they are and who they are, and they just walk slower. They're not looking for the next move, the next gambit, you know.
Did you notice that more among the women than the men?
No, the men too, but it's just more evident that the women are rounder, just really natural and kind of fabulous, I thought.
It's funny because I went to Barcelona recently. I think it was back in August.
Just gonna tell you that.
And I definitely got a sense that the city was slower than Los Angeles. You know, the people were more in love. They were connecting with other people. When I say in love, you know, it's where I saw everybody kissing. It's beautiful. But no, they were connecting, and there was no agenda in their lifestyle.
Well, people drive everywhere here too, so we're not
connecting. Yeah, sure.
You just don't interact with other human beings so much.
And then if you do try to, you're in a car here and you just look at someone else waiting in their car, then they get sort of defensive and nervous, you know. It's weird. It's really strange.
Like that guy who was
the windshield
yelling out the window at you when you were driving.
Oh yeah.
You were talking on the phone.
God, I was going to see Sharon, and I was on my way over there to the creation office, and this man was behind me, and I was trying to get onto the freeway, and he just kept honking at me, and he was trying to go around me, and he was really angry. There's nothing I could do, right? I have to get on the freeway. So I start to get on the freeway, and he's still trying to get around me. So can I tell what I did?
Sure.
I flipped him off in my rearview mirror. I did. I was really angry. And actually, I wasn't that angry. I was. So anyway, yeah.
Well.
Okay. Anyway, so this is what happened. So I'm like, you know, shut up, you know, and in my mirror, and I didn't know who I was dealing with. So basically, this guy came around me. Now we're in the first lane of the highway.
No, he's angry, and it's personal.
He was pissed. He got in front of me, slammed on his brakes, so I had to completely stop.
Great.
Yeah, and I just thought, okay, maybe I'm not going to be talking to this guy. So I try to go around him. He swerves in front of me.
No, he's got road rage.
Whoa, it was so frightening. He slammed on his brakes again. And for an instant, my life flashed. I thought, I'm going to die by this asshole. I couldn't believe it, you know? Like, this was such a...
Oh, my God.
And I swerved into the fast lane. And then, luckily, I just happened to be, you know, God was looking out for me and just happened to be open. But that
wow,
scared
that's
me.
terrible.
She was shaking when she came to the office.
I was shaking. I was wired.
Yeah.
Because road rage.
Yeah, I never
really
really
taken it out on you, whatever's going on.
Never experienced it. And it was this really expensive car, you know, with this personal license plate and this really angry man. And I was pissed off. I was shaking. Yeah, I'm shaking now.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Wow.
I learned a lesson then. You know, you never know who you're dealing with in LA.
And just let jerks go around you.
I'll let
Just
jerks
them go
go
and get
around.
ahead.
Yeah.
And get some distance on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
So there
not
you go.
worth it. What?
So dangerous, you know. But it was interesting to see how angry it made me, you know. So then I'm like, okay, you know. And it's just, you know, let it go. Jeez.
Wow,
Next
that's
time,
awful.
keep your hands in your lap. No more
Yeah, I know.
finger, no more
Sarah and I
sign
were laughing.
language.
Next time I'll do one of these, you know, or if I have to, or all this,
It
you
looks
know.
the same. It looks the same. I don't know.
Okay.
What am I saying?
I'll do this. That was better.
Or
Yeah,
this.
Sharon was trying to get me to do this.
Just this would really annoy
I
me.
know. How's it going? Oh no, I just thought this man's going to kill somebody one day if that's how he reacts to people, you know.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
You got a wicked sense of humor. Just smile.
Smile, act stupid. Yeah.
Oh, man. Did you enjoy your day as a wedding cake bride?
Yes.
When were you a
sort
wedding
of.
cake bride? What's that?
I'm taking this class, this acting class right now, and it's every Wednesday night, and every 6 weeks we have to do variety night. And we have to either sing a song or do a dance or a monologue that we have to write. So it's basically our interpretation of characters that we want to play that we would never have an opportunity to do.
What a great idea.
It's, oh God, it's so challenging. And the people in the class are so creative that you just feel this this like bar that's set, that's something you have to rise up to.
Keep
Yeah,
kicking it up,
keep it
kicking
there,
it
kick
up
it
a
up.
notch, yeah.
So there's a theme every now and then, and this was around Valentine's Day. And our teacher, Julie, said that it had to be around love. So you could either be Cupid or Valentine or a character that embraces universal love. So
Are those your three choices? That's
Yeah.
all you get?
yeah, that's all you get for this week, that week. And so I went through my closet, which is interesting, and I found this costume that was from Xena. It was from the Mermaid episode, the one that where she's a bride and marries Ted. You know?
Yeah, that's
I've
cute.
got the bosoms, I've got all the flowers around and the shawl. So I found that and I thought, I'm going to be a bride. And I was trying to think, what else could be unusual about this? So I decided to make her a little porcelain doll on top of the wedding cake. Do you know what I mean? And actually
yeah.
animate her life. So I made her a French porcelain doll that came from France that has now been brought to America. And she is this muse that the baker uses to create all of his cakes. So that was my monologue of, Anyway, it was funny though, because here was supposed to be about love, and it's supposed to be chirpy and happy. And I was doing it and I kept going, oh my God, this is actually really sad because I'm this inanimate object that cannot be with her love. And it was like, whoa, and it just kept coming over me. And I thought, oh no, it was really interesting.
What reaction did the audience have to it?
They thought it was very creative,
Given that you're saying one thing and feeling something different, what was their reaction? What message were they getting? Because it didn't strike you that it was sad,
I know.
right?
It's funny because the way we work the class is that it has to be positive. The feedback from the class has to be positive.
Right.
The teacher can draw out more expansive, analysis. But the thing is I didn't let my character address that because I'd already written my monologue, and my monologue didn't address the sense of detachment, So it's really interesting. So I'm feeling these things. I'm thinking, oh, this is actually really sad. But my monologue was going in a completely different way. So I had like this veneer of this, you know what I mean? Like this porcelain thing. And yet the undertones were like completely different. It was really interesting to see.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
I would have
know.
loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting to hear from the audience.
You know what I
whether
would've-
they found it a pathos or whether they
Yeah,
found
I
it
know.
amusing, because the initial description when you started talking about it was that this is funny.
But what's great about this class is it's all about acknowledging that. And if I had just acknowledged it, I could have, since she was sad, maybe she would start crying. Actually, I had part of my monologue is that she envisions their wedding. And she talks about, what will happen, the music that'll be playing. And so I could have done that. It threw me. It's funny. It was
Well, I
fun
would
though.
have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, those are fun nights though.
Well, that's
typically.
But what I'm picking up, what I heard there, which was surprising, is that so here you are acting a character, and your insides are absolutely, entirely, emotionally someplace else, and yet you kept the facade going, you kept the speech going. Wonder
Well, you
how often
have to do that.
turns up in
You do.
acting.
Oh, it happens all the time, don't you think?
All the
The
time.
subtext. There you go.
Right.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
If these are the words you have to deliver.
But what you're feeling could be completely different with the other actor. Yeah, what's actually happening. I love those scenes though. Those are so interesting to watch. It happened recently. Oh, in the movie, the Sean Penn movie, Mystic River. Remember? I don't know if you saw it. Did you see that?
No,
With
I-
Tim Robbins coming up the stairs to his wife. She was great. I forgot her name. Anyway, it's funny because he's talking to her and he's really concerned in the dialogue, but it's actually a really menacing approach to her, and you just sort of feel threatened by her. But his dialogue is completely
Threatened
different.
by her or by him?
She was feeling threatened by him. You can
Right.
see in her face. But
Ugh,
his dialogue
creepy.
was, what's wrong with you thinking I'm a bad person? He's very sort of. It was a weak dialogue, like he's the victim, yet he was not. He was. I know.
Ooh, that was no accident.
I know. Exactly. It was really
Yeah.
clever directing, and it was really good.
And a perfect actor to do it
Yeah,
on, to use it with. Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
That.
And the end of the doll. What does she do at the end?
She had a little had some tiny little mariachis that were our
Maracas.
mouses. They were like
Maracas? Those things that go like this?
No, mariachi. You know, the little shake, shake, shake,
Oh, yeah,
shake.
yeah.
So I had these tiny ones that Miles used, but I had stuffed him in that great big bra because I have a lot of room. I flicked him out, and so I'm doing a little mariachi dance. And then my
You're
character,
such a nut.
I